How's it going, guys? My name is Dom Bayham, and welcome back to Dom's Discussions, or whatever the hell I'm gonna call it. I don't even know if I'm gonna keep calling it Dom's Discussions. But anyways, today I'm back, and I want to talk about, the Child's Play 2019 trailer just came out, and, I'm gonna talk about that. So, I known that this movie was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna be a full-on remake. So, I'm gonna break down the trailer briefly, and then we'll get more to the discussion of remakes in general. So yeah, so the trailer kind of starts off with like a little advertisement acting like it's a big hit company like Google or Amazon, what have you, and the company's name is Caslin, and it makes all sorts of different types of technologies. And the thing that they are advertising is the buddy doll. That's right, it's called a buddy doll, and it's not a good guy doll anymore. I thought good guy doll kind of stuck better with it, but it's whatever. Buddy's okay, and it's a buddy with an eye, by the way. We also get our first look at Andy Barkley, and he's no longer a helpless 6-year-old kid. He's actually around 12-ish, and he's getting a buddy doll. So yeah, people are saying it's kind of weird how a 12-year-old kid has a doll, and I kind of think it's a little weird, but it's a very technologically enhanced doll compared to a regular good guy doll. So maybe they'll find a way to make it seem okay when the movie actually comes out. I don't know. That was a big thing about what was so much different than the original Child's Play. They are technologically advanced, like by far. This is a very rich company. Got a whole lot. Like they even have their own website. Like how Monarch has their website online for the Godzilla thing. We can see in the trailer, one of the things the doll can do is imprint on whoever, I guess. Because in the trailer, after Andy's opened the box for the doll or whatever, it kind of imprints on him with some sort of retinal scanner, whatever the hell it's called. As far as everything else, we see that it's got like a little advanced battery pack or whatever. Couldn't really tell what that was. I'm just assuming it was like a little battery that powers the doll. Something about Andy is like he also seems to have a hearing aid. I don't know how that's gonna play into the film, but interesting to see what they might do. Also from the trailer, it looks like there's going to be a whole lot of killing and a whole lot of awesome scenarios involving like maybe suspense. There's a scene where it looks like they might be in a toy store or something and power goes off or whatever, and a lot of people are trapped, it looks like. The doll is actually named Chucky, by the way. A lot of people were saying the doll is not going to be named Chucky since it has nothing to do with Charles Lee Ray or Brad Dourif. The whole Charles Lee Ray storyline is gone. I mean, I think that's an okay thing to do because, the whole Charles Lee Ray thing kind of got out of control in the original franchise. But yeah, it's okay. It's kind of sad that Brad Dourif is not going to voice Chucky because, Brad Dourif really was like, he's a great choice of voice acting for Chucky. Like, man, it's going to be weird to have a different voice for Chucky. Also, in the trailer, they didn't once show what the buddy doll actually looks like. So it's a little disappointing, but it was a teaser trailer, so not supposed to give you everything all at once. So yeah, it's kind of what they did with the Avengers Endgame. We don't really see Thanos. I mean, we already know what Thanos looks like, but we don't even know like how much of a deal Thanos is going to play in that trailer. Regarding this movie, I'm a little excited, but also skeptical because it's a whole lot of changes. When it comes to remakes, like I'm okay with it not being exactly like the original. Like with Death Note. Okay, Death Note's probably not a good example, but for the sake of argument, let's say you liked Death Note. I mean, you like Death Note remake, American remake, because, you're into movies like that, like it's all about American teen drama or some shit. It's okay to have a remake like that because, different audience, different type of, different types of like situations, scenarios happen. Like instead of Light Yagami being this extremely genius type of kid, super bright, he's an edgy bitch boy teenager. And if you like that, that's great, but I didn't like him at all. I'm just putting my opinion out there right now. I didn't like Light in the Death Note remake. But greatest thing about that Death Note remake was Ryuk. Ryuk was amazing, played by Willem Dafoe. It's pretty much the same Ryuk we knew before. He just wasn't like Japanese, speaking English, because it's an American remake. People keep trashing on Death Note because it's nothing like the original. How could they do this to such an amazing piece of art? Freaking, I've never believed that a remake has to be exactly like the original. source material. Like, a remake can be good if it's completely different. It does not have to be exactly the same. I mean, people just gotta accept that. You know, you see a different type of movie than what you've seen before, so what? I mean, as long as it's good, that's all that matters. Like, if they'd taken Death Note in a different direction and made Light a likable character in the American remake, then sure, you know, people would have liked it, but it generally was not a great film. I'm just gonna say that. But people who keep trashing on it because it's not like the original, sorry, but that's a dumb way to argue for something like that. Just because it's not like the original, that's just dumb. I'm not gonna say that Child's Play is gonna be a shitty movie just because it has nothing to do with the original. Like, it doesn't have Charles Lee Ray. Instead of it being a possessed doll, it's gonna be like an evil AI or whatever. And he's like not even a 6-year-old. So who cares? As long as they can pull it off well, and it ends up being a great horror movie, then like let them go for it. Make this movie happen, man. Another thing I want to touch on, just some remakes or reboots that generally worked. So It happened. Also, I forgot to mention that Child's Play movie is actually produced by the same producers of It. So that kind of has me like going yay, because It was a good movie. When comparing It to the Stephen King's It, the miniseries, it is so much better than the original Stephen King one. Obviously, it's based off the novel written by Stephen King, but when you compare It to It, It is just so much better, you know? Like, everything, it's scarier. You know, Pennywise may not be a freaking wisecracking comedian or whatever, but like, he's intimidating as hell. And all the kills and commentary make this movie so amazing to watch. The acting was good too. I'm not gonna say it was the case of Death Note where everything was completely changed. In fact, if anything, they made it so that Pennywise is more like how he was in the book. I'm not gonna say I read the book, but that's what I've been hearing a lot of people say, and I trust what people have been saying because, you know, no one's been calling out how you're lying or whatever. But yeah, Pennywise is generally more like he was in the book, and there's a lot of stuff in the book that was, you know, cut out of the movie because it would never make it into a movie, like kids having an orgy, you know. No, please. Another reboot that was good, and I say reboot because, you know, different circumstances. Halloween, one that came out last year, that was a damn good film. And it wasn't a remake necessarily because, sure, it pretty much cut out most of the franchise, but it only retconned everything after the first Halloween. So it pretty much made it so that Laurie Strode was not related to Michael Myers. So yeah, they went with that. Overall, it was a pretty good movie. I'll admit, when the trailer first came out, I was like, oh, are you really gonna do this to this franchise? I mean, it's like a dead horse. They already tried to remake it before with Rob Zombies, and, you know, depending on what kind of horror movies you like, they were okay. I enjoyed watching them, even though I was a little too young to see that much gore, boobs and shit. Halloween 2018 like exceeded my expectations because, like, you know, watching a horror movie remake nonetheless in 2018 was just like what the fuck are you doing? Why are you wasting your time? But Halloween was pretty damn good, and I liked it. And I can't wait for the sequel to come out, by the way. Really hoping it's at least just as good as Halloween. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. This one was kind of short, but yeah, I just wanted to talk about this whole thing with Child's Play. What do you think about it? Are you excited for this remake? Do you think they should have just kept the original Child's Play franchise where it's at? Or do you think they should have continued after the Cult of Chucky? Because it did kind of set up a sequels for itself, but, you know, that's not going to happen anymore, sadly. Maybe they'll do what Halloween did and retcon everything that happened except for first movie. That'd be interesting to see. If they did that, they'd have to bring Brad Dourif back because, you know, you can't replace him in that scenario. Anyways, just tell me what you think about this whole situation. Do you think remakes should be exactly like the original source material? Do you think remakes should just do whatever the hell they want as long as they have like that general idea? Child's Play general idea is little kid gets a doll kills people and shit hits the fan. That's the idea of that. So yeah, just tell me what you think. Let me know in the comments. Like the video if you liked it, and maybe hit that subscribe button because that would help me out a lot. And anyways, I'll see you guys later on the next video. Till then, peace.